just a few days ago, I released a video talking about a Marvel Rivals controversy where the couch activists on Twitter and Reddit expressed their anger at Black Cat being added to Marvel Rivals, saying that
Yeah,
she's too attractive, she's too well.
This is Marvel Rivals is known to make gooner skins. Like, if you're going to complain about it, then bro, just block any information from it and just keep about your day. No one wants to hear your opinion, honestly, because at the end of the day, guys are going to keep playing it and to buy their skins, and it's going to keep funding them. So no one cares what you have to say. But hey, let's see what's going on with now this, because with this plus the supporter shit that happened, like this, people are afraid of support players, getting banned out. Bro, I played minimum like 50 games this season, season 7, and out of all the games, the max amount of fucking supports I was banned was 4, and that's only because the enemy team, and this was yesterday by the way, the enemy team banned 2 supports back to back. It was Gambit and Gambit and Invisible Woman, and I was like, I banned Loki. I told the team like, hey, we gotta ban Loki because they're gonna try to play Loki, and hold below, they banned fucking Cloak and Dagger afterwards. So we have 4 support bans. Other than that game, every game's been minimum maybe 1. I mean, at max 2, maybe on occasion 3. So it is what it is. So, but let's see what the controversy is. Right. I'm talking too much.
Endowed, despite the fact that the devs clearly made her lore accurate to her comics. It's literally no different than comic Black Cat. That's a whole separate video. If you missed that one and want that full context, I'll link it in the description for you. But here we are now, a mere 3 days later, and we have another pathetic Rivals controversy from the same sort of crowd that brought you the last one. Yes, the online virtue signalers have struck again. As now we have this streamer Jules going somewhat viral in Rivals Twitter for making a take that's just actually absurd, actually delusional. Here's the context. First of all, this person, Skyvora, says, there's...
Wait? Supports are seen as feminine, so there's an inherent hatred towards them. People demand attention from them because they see the role as submissive. So when they defend themselves from a traditional masculinity role, it lose your sense of control and get mad. What? Bro, I love playing support. You call me feminine? In every MMO I play, I always go the healer. And it's not because I'm feminine. It's because I have a god complex. Okay, bitch? I love being in control of people's life and deaths. And you need me to stay alive, so you have to protect me. Why the fuck would I want to be in the front line? Where I'm going to get massacred. And, and shit like that. Or may lose an arm or get mangled, essentially, from whatever horrors that we have to defend from. And at most, I'll probably be a DPS. And at that, I'll be able to make sure I'll be honest. If I'm a DPS, I'm gonna be either scythe user or a spear user, which pretty much the same thing in my opinion, based because of what Genshin Impact has taught me with spear user, because they just did that so flawlessly. Or daggers. I don't see myself playing tanks unless I'm playing like a paladin like shit where I can heal or buff and shit like that in that sense. But yeah, this is so off, this fucking off track. I hate this.
Way too much toxicity in Rivals, and especially towards the support players. It's really, really weird how the community sees and treats support players, and this is only getting worse. For those that don't play Rivals, support, also known as strategist in-game, is essentially the healer role, and there's consistently been lots of criticism that strategists get in-game from the player base. For example, for most of Marvel Rivals' lifespan so far, strategists have had really overpowered ults that are easy to charge up, and they just drag the games out, especially in...
And they just nerfed it so that way you couldn't get as fast. So now you had to ban fucking Moon Knight, because Moon Knight can get his a really good Moon Knight would get his ult at least 3 or 4 times on, like it was, a really good Moon Knight would get his ult 3 times if they in a fight, and especially in control, because they just got free damage because everyone just relies on support.
Triple support metas, but not exclusively to them. Certain strategist characters also have extremely low skill floors, which result in players with bad mechanics just padding numbers, and some would argue that many of the top strategists in-game have actually gotten carried by their Duelist and Vanguard teammates, the former being the DPS role and the latter being the tank role. Now look, this is not the case for all strategists. There are strategist players out there that have great mechanics, great game sense, great skill, to put it simply. This is just a brief generalization to get people in the loop if they're not familiar with Rivals as much as some of you might be.
Well, I didn't know you could get on top of that ledge. It's crazy. But yes, there are people like that. But that's for any game. You're going to have people, especially in the Marvel Discord, you're going to have like, oh, looking for da-da-da. Like, come on, bro. Everyone loves to have a duo so they don't have to carry as hard.
And so with all that context, that takes us to this response, the one that I mentioned is going somewhat viral now in Rivals Twitter, from this streamer Jules. And Jules says in response to Scavora, whose tweet we read a moment.
I gotta prepare myself mentally for this one. All right. Food is here. I am mentally ready for this dumb take and where we're going to go from here.
I'm going to go. Supports are seen as feminine, so there is an inherent hatred towards them. People demand attention from them because they see the role as submissive. So when they defend themselves from a traditionally masculine role, they lose their sense of control and get mad. In this essay, oh gosh, you made an essay about this? Okay, thankfully the essay part's a joke. Actually had me for a second there. Well played on that.
Okay,
but unfortunately,
fair.
the rest
I
of the
saw
post
that and
is
I
not
was
a joke.
getting ready.
As a matter of fact, Jules is so serious about that, that when people began to criticize and call her out, she actually locked the responses entirely, as you can see right here. She also went on to advertise her Twitch stream. You can see the bio reading, "Hi, I'm Jules. She, her, a queer Colombian."
I wonder how long she's been streaming, because it feels like she took the Hytales. Like I never played Hytales, but I know of Hytales, and her name reminds me of Hytales. She's just High Jules. Playing words, but who knows? She could have rebranded for it.
Slash Salvadoran, who balances work and play. Now look, sure, you can argue that supports, that healers are seen as a more feminine role in games. But that in of itself is not a problem. That's not misogyny. That's not offensive. If you're offended by that, that's a you problem. This part's also just a really bad take, saying that people demand attention from strategists because they see the role as submissive. That is actually so horrible of a point. I can't believe she even said
that. Is so sexist. Because there are plenty male fucking characters, men who probably play fucking strategists besides myself. And there's no reason that you're just going to do this to them or do this to females, because you're just projecting some sort of, you're trying to project something that's not even, it's just false. Like, bro, like, no, stop it.
Said that. No, the reason people want attention from their healer is because they need healing.
Yep.
What are you talking about here? Oh, they just want attention from us because it's submissive. No, they need healing. They're dying. Your partners are dying. They need your attention because they need heals. A rival streamer, Necros, would actually respond to this post as well. Let's take a look at what Necros has to say. If you're not familiar with Necros, he is one of the most watched Rivals streamers, and he says, in response to Jules, people drawing comparisons like this to sexism/politics are genuinely insane.
Yep.
The characters are just annoying to deal with and have access to very easy tools to deal with problems in their games like Dive, but they refuse to get good at using them. The devs then have to compensate for their lack of skill through buffs, further reducing their skill floor, leading to favored matchups against characters that are supposed to counter them lol. This is why people have a, quote, inherent hatred towards the support role. It's quite literally because they whine and get what they want. It has nothing to do with frickin' sexism. That is an insane line of thinking.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of this in a way that it would be more, it'll make more sense from my end. I play a lot of games, okay? I play Valorant, I play Apex, I play Overwatch, I play Fortnite, you just saw earlier in the stream. I play Gatekeepers, I play roguelikes, I play Cloudheim, I play RPGs. I'm not the type of person that sticks to one game anymore. Only because I get I get pissed off on what that game could be. And so I'm not trying to let my emotions cloud what I think about what a game truly is. Take for example, my video on Test Takers. The game was fucking abysmal, but I titled the video is "Who's this game made for?" because I want people to at least watch it and see, hey, this game could be for me. I played the game poorly. I'm not gonna bullshit you. My gameplay was abysmal. But hey, I spent my computer's not also top end, so I spent most of the time just trying to understand how to get it so I'm not lagging, how I can have fun. And it was very difficult for me to find that. So if I can't have fun, why am I playing this game? So it is what it is.
Yeah, that Jules person is probably a top poster over on the Rivals Queens subreddit. Oh, great. Now Jules is all mad at Necros. Let's take a look at her response. You can't deny that strategists and supports in general across games are treated poorly by other roles. I gave my perspective on it as a social scientist. Oh, gosh. That doesn't help your argument at all. Hey, as a social scientist, I'm saying this, so I must be right. Like, no, it's not how this works. As a matter of fact, you could argue it's a logical fallacy.
Who made you fucking a social scientist? Because it wasn't fucking me. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the government either. But hey, social scientists, that's the most stupid shit I ever heard.
See, and if you didn't agree, you didn't have to respond. Makes a public whiny statement, gets criticism, locks replies, gets quote tweeted, excuse me, and is now like, you didn't have to say anything. I'm a victim, blah, blah, blah. If you or others are triggered by this, that's a red flag. Bro, people responding to your bad take doesn't mean they're triggered.
So you essentially say whatever dumb shit you want to say, no one can call you out for it? That's crazy. I'm just saying, that sounds like a double standard. This is, at the end of the day, this is a fucking America. We can say what the fuck we want to say. Now, are there consequences to what we're saying? Yes. But we can still say what the fuck we want to say. And you're not going to silence us from that. Because y'all, at the end of the day, y'all still rely on the US dollar to fund global trade. So fuck off, get off, and hop off my dick.
That's just called discourse. That's called being an adult, having a conversation. You're the one that's like locking down responses and getting all offended at people pointing out facts. You know what? Maybe we needed Concord after all. Maybe Concord should have stayed around. People like Jules should go over to Concord. That game was made for them. That game was made for people like Jules. At the very least, perhaps we can meet in the middle. Jules, I kindly request that you quit Rivals and go play Overwatch. They'd love to have you over there. Over on the Rivals subreddit, Jules' post would also get discussed 2 hours ago. This hitting the front page already with 222 upvotes, titled, People hate on duelist mains all the time, but when supports get hate, it's misogyny. A top response reading, that's like saying that supports were racist towards Black Panther. I mean, some were because it's a black character in an online game, but it's a blanket generalization. I get that they want to play their favorite characters, but don't water down real issues because you can't play a main healer. I think the point that person is making is that Black Panther, being a notorious dive character that recently got buffed, is perhaps getting banned by support players nowadays, and that obviously that doesn't make them racist. So conversely, no strategist player should turn around and act like it's misogyny if their favorite strategist character gets banned during the ban phase, which now is also increased from 2 to 3, and we're seeing a lot of support bans in Season 7 so far, which is a whole separate issue, but also somewhat related to everything we've been discussing so far in this video. But I don't know if I want to go explain all of that for people that are not playing Rivals. It might be a bit too much to unpack here at the end. On that note, the final thing we'll take a look at is this post that's also going viral in Rival circles right now, talking about a new Marvel Rival support strike, because yeah, that was...
Which is still stupid to this day. I didn't even know there was a first one because that shit was stupid. It is, the entirety of it is stupid. You guys, like, I'm a support main. I play Gambit. I play White Fox. I play support Deadpool. I play Invisible Man when I can. If I'm having a tough time. I play Rocket. I play Loki. I play Mantis when the first game first came out. I play Jeff because I want to fucking just take people off the map. And I've been practicing Luna, Adam, and what's his and Cloak and Dagger, because I really don't play Cloak and Dagger. At the end of the day, I play these characters because they're easy to play. I can do what the fuck I need to do and get the fuck out. Now, can I play something to play for fun? Yes. I can probably play fucking Rogue because that's the wife of my favorite character, Gambit. I could play Deadpool Tank because he's just as fun as support. Like, there's so much you can do in this game. They give you a lot of leeway to, as long as you're not brain dead, and if you want to learn and watch some videos of high level players or guide videos, that's all you have to do, and you can get better no matter what rank you are. And then from there, just play the game. But hey, this support strike, once again, stupid as fuck. I don't agree with it. At the case in point, I don't agree with the support strike. I don't agree with the first one. And I don't even know what the first one's about. I still know what the second one's about. And I just don't agree with us having a strike to begin with, because it makes support look bad. What do you think this is going to accomplish? Nothing.
The thing before, just know that context. So this guy says, Marvel Rival support strike starts today. We will not waver. The support Discord will be under this post. You are not alone. Them sweaty incel DPS players will feel the absence of us. For safety reasons, DM me for the Discord link.
You say that, but you put this AI slop. Because if y'all can't see, 3 fingers, a knuckle, 6 fingers. Like, come on, bro. Come on. The only one that looks somewhat similar to the game model is fucking Luna. And even then, you can tell by the face, it's fucking AI. Like, Cloak and Dagger doesn't have her hair like this. Visible doesn't have her hair like this. Fucking Dagger doesn't have his face is not like this. This is AI slop. Like, no, get this shit out of here.
We shall not be silenced. And then he says, the support community has heard your cries, and we are very sorry that we used an AI-generated photo on this app, referring to this one. So he says, we're sorry we used that photo on this app that is ran by AI and is funding genocide, which by using the app, you're basically cool with using AI and Elon Musk as well. But here's the new non-AI banner. This is obvious bait. But a lot of people are falling for this. It got 1.8 million impressions. There's so many people quote tweeting this and responding. Now, to be fair, it was much less obvious bait when it was just the first and second post. And so, like, the second one's the one that really got a lot of replies and bait a lot of people. But now that he made this third one as well, I really hope no one's falling for this. This is, like, very clear bait. Unfortunately, there are people responding to the third one, and they're actually not realizing it's bait, which is kind of crazy. Like, this one, for example, is calling that dude dumb, But it's like, bro, that's bait. Come on. How do you not notice that's bait? But yeah, that's the latest. I'll leave this one here. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you.
Yeah, this was quite the video. Make sure you check out Hero High. Make sure you like his video. You don't have to subscribe to him. I'm not subscribed to him. I just like he shows up on my feed, and I just, if I want to watch his video, I'll watch his video. Not I just pass by. But he does make great content. So dude, make sure if you find this one enjoyable for yourself, just make sure you go check out his channel and see what other stuff that he has covered in the past that you may like, and just make your own judgment call from there. I want to introduce you guys to more content of other channels, so you guys understand not only my taste, but hey, what can I learn from YouTube besides just the brain dead, like Mr. Beast videos of, oh my god, look at what I'm doing with all these people. No, like that gets tiring. Like now that he has the Beast games, like I don't see a reason to watch Mr. Beast on YouTube anymore. I don't watch Sniper Wolf. I don't watch I still watch the Vanoss crew because I love them. Because Marcel, or basically I do work, Wildcat. Yeah, they do screaming matches. Some stuff is scripted, but good content is supposed to be entertaining. I wish I could have good content like them. I wish I could be as entertaining as them, so that way you guys understand, hey, this is a whole sphere of a community of you guys. We are here together. Do I wish I made money off of YouTube? Yes. But I want it to be a hobby and not a job, only because I want the money not to change me or define me, and y'all be like, oh, he switched up, he has money. No, I want the money just so I can make this content and be able to pay the extra bills I need to pay. I'm not perfect. I still need money, yes, but at the end of the day, if you like it, I want to show you guys more stuff around. I hope you liked the video. Peace.